Former federal President Mohamed Farmaajo and current Puntland President Saeed Deni slammed the results of the recently completed National Consultative Council meetings in Somalia. The 4 days of discussions finished on Friday in Mogadishu. The talks were said to be friendly, including federal officials, Somalia's President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud, and leaders from Benadir, Galmudug, Hirshabelle, Jubaland, and Southwest State. Deni did not attend. There had been rumors that the state presidents were unhappy about constitutional revisions, but they approved the changes that have been enacted by the National Assembly to chapters 1 through 4 and have forwarded recommendations to address the remaining chapters. Their final communique indicated that they agreed the government could handle security when African Union troops leave this year. They also discussed issues involving recent rains and flooding in Somalia.
People say these are some of the worst floods they've seen.
Farmaajo described the outcome as a threat to the state-building process and the unity of the country. He called out the president for leading Somalia to darkness and political uncertainty. Farmaajo added that state leaders are serving without a mandate. Deni said the NCC summit lacked consensus and did not serve the interests of the nation. The Puntland president described insecurity in many parts of Somalia. On the constitutional issue, he accused the government of a lack of taking into account the prevailing opinion of the general public against contentious constitutional amendments. Deni has called for a referendum on the charter changes to gauge public support. Former director of the Heritage Institute for Policy Studies and political commentator Abdi Rashid Hashi offered some ideas on how the process will move forward. He predicts that state-level universal suffrage elections slated for the end of this year will be canceled. State leaders will either extend their mandates by a year before such polls or hold indirect elections instead.
Somalis need to get the politics right.
He also suggests that alternatively, the federal government could pressure some state leaders to step down. At this point, it appears that NCC members are in agreement. Farmaajo is staking out his position as top opposition leader to President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud, undoubtedly planning to contest the next federal presidential race. Deni's motives are less clear. He has federal leadership ambitions for sure, but he has recently won a convincing re-election in Puntland, and continuing to act independently increases his power and profile. ADN TV will continue to report on political developments across Africa.